So a little bit of yoga philosophy to help you understand life, because yoga philosophy is the philosophy of living a skilled life. So the Yoga Sutras are a collection of short teachings, very short threads. A sutra is a thread of wisdom. And they were taught in short sentences in ancient times because there were no printing presses, no books. And guru to disciple instruction had to be given orally. That's why they're short. They're almost like verses to be memorized. So the most popular treatise or teaching on yoga is called the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And it's kind of the prominent text on yoga study. And it was compiled around 200 BC. So there are thousands of translations of the sutras, and with each translation usually comes an expansion, or the author will expound upon each sutra, because the sutras, like I mentioned, are short. So it needs explanation. So if you type in Yoga Sutras in Google, you'll find thousands of books. So the sutras are all the same, but the translation and commentary will be wildly different based on the scholar's background and tradition and culture and biases and things. So one of my favorite books on the Yoga Sutras is called The Science of Yoga. I know this is like flipped backwards, but The Science of Yoga by a guy named I.K. Taimni. I'm going to read a passage to you. So the very first sutra in the Yoga Sutras says, "And now let's study yoga." That's simply the first one. The second sutra, it says, "Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha." Make sense? All right, good, let's go. That's Sanskrit, of course. The second sutra out of 196, translated is, "Yoga is the inhibition of the modifications of the mind." Yoga is the inhibition of the modifications of the mind. Okay, clear as mud? Stopping the mind functions, stopping the vrittis. Exactly, clear the mind stuff. Clear the mind stuff, exactly. Stopping the habitual automatic thoughts. Now, he says that's what yoga is, but isn't that what meditation is? So are yoga and meditation the same? Aha! In classic terms, yoga and meditation are the same. Bingo. Clear the mind stuff. Hey, Asal, good morning. So here we go. Here's just a short passage before we move into our meditation. And this is kind of a grand oversight. Yes, yoga equals meditation. A grand kind of overview of life. So here we go. The human soul, or the jivatma. So we know atma means soul. Jiva means individual. The jivatma is a facet or partial expression of the oversoul, or param atma. Para means highest or above, so param atma, jivatma. The human soul is a facet or partial expression of the oversoul, or param atma, the divine reality, which is the source or substratum of the manifested universe. Although in essence the two are the same and are indivisible, still the jivatma has become subjectively separated from paramatma. That's why we think we're separate people. And is destined, after going through an evolutionary cycle in the manifested universe, to become united with it, or him, or her, again in consciousness. This state of unification of the two, jivatma, paramatma, the state of unification of the two in consciousness, as well as the mental process and discipline through which this union is attained, are both called yoga. So yoga is two things, okay? The literal translation of the word yoga means union, but it's two things. It's the process of reunifying our individual soul with the oversoul, or divine, or God, call it what you will. That's one part of what yoga is. The other part is the mental state that we adopt and uphold during the process. So it's an evolutionary process to reunify individual souls with the oversoul. That's yoga. And it's the mental state and mental discipline of the yogi during the process. Well, let's do that. Let's get our mental state there now. Are you ready? Okay, sit tall, please. No need to sit in lotus, just sit with your spine erect. Okay, let's take a deep inhale, please. Breathe in all the way and breathe out. Let the eyes close. Another deep inhale and exhale. Let's chant Om together. Inhale. Om. Body is relaxed, spine is erect. Crown of the head is over the base of the spine, and we're breathing smoothly. Just be aware of how smooth and how even and rhythmic the breath is now. Constrict the throat gently so you hear that whooshing in sound, maybe like waves or like the wind, but very smooth, very even and consistent. Now, there are many different types of breathing to achieve different energetic results. In the Yoga Sutras, we're taught by Patanjali that even 1-to-1 ratio breathing is how to calm the mind and become sattvic, become harmonious, become even, peaceful, and even blissful. So we're going to use a metronome. Some of you that come to my classes regularly have experienced the metronome before. Okay, now we all have different lung capacities. I'm not sure if you can hear the metronome, but let's inhale for 6 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. So you're moving from complete empty lungs to complete full lungs in 6 clicks. Then exhaling from full lungs to empty lungs in 6 clicks. Keep the breathing as smooth and calm and relaxed as possible. Now move to 8 seconds, please. 8 seconds for the inhale, 8 seconds for the exhale. So you have to slow down the rate of the breath to make it last 8 seconds. The same capacity, the same amount of airflow, just in a slower time. And that, my friends, will slow the mind functioning down. And now I want you to add just a 2-second pause after the inhale, so full lungs, pausing, holding the breath calmly. The same exhale, 8 seconds, and then after the exhale, we're pausing again for 2 seconds with empty lungs. So if 8 seconds is challenging, just stay at 6, but add the retention after inhale and add the short suspension after exhale. Don't let the shoulders lift. Don't let the face scrunch up. One more complete cycle of inhale, retention, and exhale. After the pause, after this exhale, just become still and steady. So the mind will think on its own. It's natural. Our job as yogis is to train the mind. The first way we do that is to become aware of the thoughts. So put yourself into the position of the watcher. Watch your thoughts. You are not the one who thinks. You are the one that watches your mind think. Be the witness of your thoughts as they arise and as they fall. As a thought comes, watch it, and then watch it leave. You are the consciousness above the brain, above the mind. The breath is very subtle, almost non-existent, and you're witnessing the thoughts. Deep inhale, please. Lower the chin. Give yourself some gratitude, perhaps rubbing the palms together, generating some heat between the hands, enlivening the chakras in the palms. Place the thumbs to your third eye, bow forward to yourself. And namaste, everyone. I love you all. Have an amazing Saturday. Get some fresh air. See you tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste.